right, and we're back. It's New Mutator joined by Argos and Switch. Once again, we're in Game 2 of the Winter Series 2016 Finals in the Round 2, the second round of games, I should say. So far, Vaalbara won the first game. We're in the second game, like I said. It's Grilling Grounds, and Capture the Flag is the game type. So there is a possibility for a tie. Introduce the players really quick. We got in the south. We have the Syndicate led by Rat King. We have Demolition, Paris, Argos, Akira, Rar, and Adrenaline on that roster. In the north, we have Vaalbara led by GKG. It's actually Osmodian's team, but GKG sort of insinuated himself into the leadership role. Dak, Arsenic, Limp, Kruniak, Osmodian, and Eastwind. Is Dak on the team? He's a neutral observer, or it's not really neutral, but
I can't remember. I think he's playing for them. I think they wanted him to play for him. He decided not to. I think he's just watching. We'll find out.
I thought he was hosting these games.
Yeah,
no,
I believe he is host.
I thought it was either or Ether.
Yeah, you're right. It is Ether. Ether was hosting. He's a neutral host.
So Dak probably just going to be observing. I would imagine he doesn't want to be blamed in case the team ended up losing, so probably not
That's
a bad
good
idea.
Player.
The rest of his team telling him he's scum.
That's typical Limp for you.
I guess because he's declining to host. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember. Now these games in general on this map, very careful, calculated games, long games. I think this is a 14-minute or something like that game.
Yeah,
position play.
It's not a bad idea to have it be longer, just in case a team.
Yeah. It's a huge map.
You want to make it so that a team could come back potentially from defending. Let's look at the trades. If you guys see anything interesting.
Yeah, so we got the Rat King picked up those 2 goals, and he has a slightly fewer warriors as well. I think Vaalbara traded for 9. I think Rat King only has 7.
True. I mentioned the warriors are going to be placed on flag defense, and the goals are for scouting the sides.
I think that's exactly what happens.
You'll notice that the Trow is going to Rar for the Syndicate and Asmodian, Trow Belt for Vaalbara. So we're going to see some interesting dueling going on here, perhaps.
Yeah, that is really interesting. I would not have anticipated that Osmodian would be on Trow duty, but it makes sense. Trow Belt, right? So why not?
Rar is definitely a more aggressive player, I think, with Trow than Asmo. So we'll see how that works.
I would have possibly expected Kruniak instead, but I guess Kruniak is pretty useful on a Warlock.
Yeah, I was thinking either Kruniak or GKG would have it. So,
but I think they're up a game, so why not? They can maybe. If things go bad, they can maybe force a tie.
Yeah.
Scouting here is going to be absolutely critical with Asmodian holding 27%. Mind you, that is, I believe he's got the flag defense for Vaalbara, so he's not going to rush. But it actually is an interesting move by GKG. It might create the illusion that he could rush. So the Syndicate's got to watch for that. Of course, Rar has got he's got Asmodian's number right now, so they're facing off mid.
GKG taking a flank. So, always a dangerous player, for sure.
Yeah, I think I want to say that in a game like this, you probably, if you're on Trow, you probably want to just make sure that the other team, their giant units are accounted for. So
yeah, just shadow them and don't get hit by arrows.
Yeah, containment is the name of the game.
So really, they're not that important.
No, archers can slay them on this map.
If they're not rushing or anything like that, they're pretty passive.
On a flank, though, they can really mess stuff up if you don't shadow them.
Right. When you need to use them, you need to use them immediately. You need to use them quickly, and you need to use them well. So they are still
Syndicate,
important.
Syndicate putting down the early fire arrows here. A
Yeah.
little bit of a fire screen going.
Yeah. I think who's that? Argos.
That's me. Yeah, I'm
Shooting
trying
those
to just
fire arrows.
duel with Frumiak here.
Yeah, I think. Let's see. Who's on the flanks? Eastwind versus Paris. On the west flank, on the east flank, we have GKG and Adrenaline. So pretty good. Pretty good split there. We also have 3 people on archers here for the Syndicate. We have Akira, Rat King, and Argos in the middle versus 2, Limp and Kruniak.
Yeah, Rat
Yeah.
King decided to give 2 warlocks to demolition. I guess give them kind of a double barrel there, whereas everyone on Vaalbara
Nice.
has 1 warlock.
Yeah, we had orders. We had orders for mid for archers to just be super aggressive, to shoot as much as possible. You know, to really just mess with them the whole time. And Demo's job was to take the sweet shots that come in.
Naturally. On the flank, you've got Paris is chasing, looks like Eastwind's Berserkers, but he's going to run into Arsenic. In fact, it looks like Eastwind has got a Warlock coming back too, so they're going to try to block Paris here. Paris is turning around.
He is going to be able to take out 1 warrior, I think. And actually, Rat King lost one of those goals to Osmodian.
Adrenaline's doing pretty good on the flank over there.
Yeah, facing off against GKG.
I think there is an advantage having 3 people on archers mid versus 2.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think there's just a greater ability to target. You know, you can sneak little shots in on the trow. You can do all sorts of stuff.
Right. I mean, you can. The problem with having a lot of archers is that you can only really select one, unless you have multiple presets. You can really only select one target at a time. If you have 3 people using archers, they can select 3 targets at a time. One person could target the flank even, so it's there's a some uncertainty of what where they're targeting, whereas it's a little bit harder to pull that off with fewer people.
Well, looks like GKG tried to do a bit of a little rush there. He lost Zerk to Adrenaline's Warlock, and Akira got a few shots in on him.
Even so, it's about tied. They were up 1%, but they just changed, so it's tied at 94%.
Hits. He's got a couple of red archers. Eastwind also losing an archer there from
So
Paris.
we're kind of trying to pressure Eastwind a little bit. I guess all these little squads, we wait until a fight happens and then we come in from the sides, try to shoot them.
Rar's going in. Look at this. He's going to try to push on GKG.
That's Rar.
But yeah, nice dodging.
Although Adrenaline needs to be careful because he may just end up losing the other. He lost another archer.
Demolition is in a really interesting position here with Rat King and Argos covering for him. He might get some sweet shots. You never know.
Shot from Adrenaline.
Meanwhile, Paris has finally got enough berserks together that he's able to chase Arsenic back on the flank. On the other hand, Asmodian is wide open on the east flank.
Yep, yeah, and not only that, but his warrior has 2 kills now.
He's got him vetted up. I mean, the least he can do is he can get in there and scout out the flag. But it looks like Rat King has spotted him, yeah.
Yeah, the archer, the protracted archer battle is kind of interesting.
Well, I think GKG's possibly in some trouble here. I mean, he's got 3 players. Adrenaline,
Akira.
Rar, and Kira, yeah.
Akira's being smart. He's trying to shoot the trow, too, so good for him.
wear those down. He's now getting attacked by Limp.
Yeah.
Limp saw what was happening there.
Yeah, I think GKG is actually doing quite all right. Although
Yeah,
he
he's
might
doing okay.
he might lose. No. Oh wow, that was really close. Adrenaline almost lost another archer to that Warlock blast. Farrar did not block it. Oh,
It
yeah.
looks like Arsenic is going to turn the table on Paris, and he's chasing him back. So they're going to fight here. And Paris is going to get the worst of this.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, it's going to be close. Ooh,
I
no,
think
he
Paris
pulls it at
has
the
it.
end.
Yeah, I think Paris
Yeah.
is going to take it.
Wow.
Oh, that's good news for him because that's going to leave that flank pretty much beeline for the flag.
No, that's really good for Paris. Let's see, 79, 83%. That's actually going to open up a slight lead for the Syndicate. And actually, they're pushing across the mid here. I think Vaalbara is going to retreat. It looks like they're going to give up some of that ground.
Yeah, we're trying to pinch him a little bit right here.
But yeah, you guys have pushed them all the way across the mid, so they've got to reposition, otherwise they're going to get split up.
Yeah, I think GKG came out ahead there, but Akira came to reinforce Adrenaline, so they're able to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. On the other hand, how's Paris doing?
Well, him and Rat King on the flanks, Rat King was able to get GKG's attention a little bit, so GKG is kind of, you'll notice he's back like way up now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think
Argos is having a great duel with Kruniak, and this mid situation is going to get intense.
Yeah, we were shooting at each other the whole game.
You'll notice Eastwind is also he's backing way up now.
I got to be careful of that walk right there.
Osmodian actually called
Paris going in.
the retreat. Oh yeah, he might be able to take out. No, who's he going to go for? He's trying to get the Warlock. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is. And he's going to get a couple of archer kills possibly on top of that. Yep, gets 3 archers.
That was pretty huge, yeah, for Syndicate.
Argos loses an archer in response, but even so, I would say Syndicate comes out ahead there. 69, 70, yeah, they're about 7% ahead.
Yeah, Eastwind just got demolished. I mean, he tried to repeat Paris's maneuver, and Rar just came in and smacked them. So it's not going to happen there. You'll notice he's going all the way back to the flag now.
Yeah, actually, the entire team for Vaalbara is headed to the high ground. I think they're going to try to mount a high ground defense. It's going to be hard to push up. I mean, from the games that we played, Switch, we tried to push into a high ground defense and got decimated. So even though we were up...
Yeah, this is not easy to push right here, for sure.
Yeah, constricted, uphill.
And these guys aren't going to make any mistakes, you know?
Absolutely. GKG's got a last-ditch force coming around the flank, so he'll go for the flag.
And both of our Warlocks front are red, too, which is not good.
Yeah, it's a dangerous situation. I should note also Eastwind slipped through a Zerk, so he's going to try to match up with a GKG when they get down to the flag.
Yeah, Limp's actually doing a really good job holding down that defense.
Asmodian headed off one of the Tros, so he's got Eastwind playing that now. Probably a smart move.
Ah, there we go. Splitting them
They're
up.
just
And
stalling
actually-
for time right here.
And this is where Rat King decides that he wants to take... He knows that there is some Berserks in their backfield, so he doesn't want to take any chances. He's peeling a Tro off of the offensive effort here, which I don't think it's going to be very good for the Syndicate.
Ace is completely fine. I don't know why he's sending that back.
Limp just sniped one of Demolition's Warlocks.
Yep, and the other one's in danger.
This is exactly when Syndicate needs that extra Tro. And
here we go. We got both Tro coming down. Eastwind and Osmodian. They're rushing Paris. There's not much he can do. He has a couple of red Berserks, and his archers are going to be decimated.
He needs to just shoot with his archers.
That's it. Paris suicides all of the archers. Man, it's going to take it out by Eastwind.
There we go. Nice job there. I don't know if he intended. It's kind of funny. I don't know if he intended for that to happen or not.
And then on the other flank, GKG takes out all of Akira's archers. One beautiful shot. And a couple of Zergs there. So this
Wow.
push is tables turn, right? 60%.
He has 7 kills on that Warlock.
I think we do kill that Warlock.
Akira is trying like hell, and he misses, but then Adrenaline gets it with a great shot.
Archer sacrifice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
5 kills on Adrenaline's Warlock, but he's all by himself.
And Rat King is now rushing back with the other Trow, but I mean, it is way too late. Syndicate's down by almost 10%.
I have to say, some nice fire arrows there from Argos.
I do what I can.
It didn't do a whole lot, but, you know,
It looked really
what can
pretty.
you do in that situation?
1 minute remaining.
Yeah. So
There goes the offensive effort. It's just basically Rar with 1 Tro. Rat King is finally leading the way with a couple of those reinforced. I guess a few of those berserks were sent to reinforce the defense there. He's finally leading them, but at this point, I'm not sure what a couple of Tro and a couple of berserks can do.
30 seconds.
There's just too much melee.
yeah, the Syndicate flag, GKG's only got those 3 Zerks. I mean, he can dance, and he's gonna. I mean, look at this. He's splitting up. He's gonna start juking.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna
those
try.
Flag contested.
He's gonna try. His team could go for. I mean, they could try to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to try to contest. So that's what they did in this game. They did a pretty good job of contesting with just 3 berserks.
Contested.
Yeah, GKG is he's trying to make it happen there. Berserks do outrun the warriors.
Rat King tries to make a move for the flag. Look at this. Just goes in, pads his ratios, kills out some Zerks, archers.
It makes a lot of sense because you don't want to give them enough time to get to the flag, and so if he could try to peel off and go
He might
for
kill those
the
berserks, I
flag,
wonder.
he gets at least 1 Tro to follow him.
Yeah, he's able to pull Adrenaline, or excuse me, Asmodian.
Flag contested.
GKG's still dancing.
He's still doing it. He hasn't lost anyone yet, though his berserks are red. And actually, Rar slips through. He's trying to go to the flag. And Eastwind is going to try to chase him instead of run to the flag. I think that was a mistake. I think Eastwind should have just gone. I think they have the flag defense. Yeah, he's just going to try to pad ratios. They're playing for a tie.
Game.
Yeah, I mean, with about 3 minutes left, they said, let's camp. So, and they did a good job.
And GKG walks off the flag. So, yeah. He could have kept contesting it, but there was just nobody there to really back him up. Everybody was still kind of back on defense. Eastwind could have tried making it down there, but, Rar probably would have shadowed him. Yeah. I don't think they really had enough.
I wonder how it would have gone if they had that second trow. If we had kept our second trow, I wonder how it would have gone.
It possibly would have gone differently. I mean, it's hard to say.
Maybe.
The high ground defense, it's pretty significant.
They had a shitload of archers, too. I mean, it's hard to deal with in those narrow corridors.
Yeah, you guys got hit with some bad luck there. Like,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
we did.
some friendly fire. That rush seemed broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I completely agree with you.
Even so, damage pretty close, 201, 178. Both teams had 49 kills, although the Syndicate had 4 more losses than Vaalbara, 53 to 49.
GKG, impressive numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
68
Yeah.
damage,
Yeah.
21 kills. Whew.
Yeah, he didn't even have he didn't have Tro, so that is actually pretty impressive there. 21 kills, 13 losses, 68 damage. Is that the most in the game? That is the most in this game. Paris came close. He had 56 damage, and that is including that Aaron's lock shot that destroyed almost all his units. So that's pretty significant. 16
Yeah.
kills, 13 losses.
And Adrenaline, good numbers too. I mean, everybody, that mid battle went the Syndicate's way. They were able to outpressure Vaalbara. Just couldn't quite make it for the final push.
Yeah, they did a really good job of delaying us. So
We're noticing that theme, eh? We saw that in the Drowned Empire game.
yeah, they're very patient. It's a good style of play.
I want to point out too that Osmodian and Rar had really low figures here. 15 damage from Osmodian, only 10 from Rar, and they had both Tro for the majority of the game. So it just goes to show like how passive the Tro are in the early game here, unless they're rushing.
Yeah,
So-
Tro are basically designed to attack flanks or hit flags. That's pretty much it here. Anything else,
or
they're gonna
keep
get
each
shredded.
other in check, which is
Yeah, they
how,
in the shadow.
how it turned out this game. Most of the damage is probably going to be on archers.
And melee blocking, things like that. Look at Demolition. He had both of those warlocks,
Yep.
but only 1 kill, 1 damage. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that paid off for Rat King.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, those two warlocks, I don't know that they, paid for themselves. It's hard to say though because there is a kind of deterrent value with the warlocks.
Yeah, I mean, if you see all those fireballs, there's units moving out of the way. They're kind of bottling each other up. They're keeping units back. So there is that deterrent effect. But
Sure thing, the push factor.
yeah,
But yeah, looks like Eastwind and Adrenaline having comparable numbers. 41, 43 damage. But yeah, there was a protracted archer battle. Syndicate seemed to come out ahead. There was a couple of skirmishes on each flank. I think ultimately, even though Paris won the west flank, the east flank was won by Vaalbara, and they slipped through some berserks, which led to in the middle of their push on the flag, Rat King peeled off his Tro, and which resulted in the game being a tie, essentially, as Vaalbara did not have enough time to basically get down to the contested flag after that push failed.
As Argos pointed out, very patient, I'd say almost chess-like kind of gameplay. Some interesting command decisions, yeah.
So while it wasn't a win, it wasn't a loss. Vaalbara is still up 1-0, and there's still a few games to go. And I guess we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in Game 3.